Hold on, are we set to sign Jadon Sancho before this window ends? Today, my friends, I'm here to discuss the latest transfer news as well as all things post-match after this afternoon's beautiful, exquisite 6-2 demolishing of Wolves. I hope you guys are still pumped after the performance today. Hit that like button, share your thoughts and opinions, and let's get straight into things. Now, to start things off, let's discuss the post-match interview with Enzo Maresca so we can learn how our manager felt after this team today surely made him proud with their incredible performance against Wolves. It was the complete antithesis to what we saw against Servette. Things didn't go easy our whole way though. Obviously, we took the lead twice in the first half, only to concede goals in a very poor fashion. And to be honest, Wolves ended the first half the stronger team. So whatever Maresca said during halftime clearly worked because we came out a better, stronger, sharper team, and we ended up getting 4 goals in the second half. So here's what Maresca had to say on his halftime team talk. He revealed that he was pretty delicate with what he said after the game. He focused and stressed accuracy. That was the main thing. He said in the first half, of the first 10 to 15 minutes, we made some good chances, most notably through Madueke. But then we started to lose the ball a bit too easily. We started conceding soft set pieces. And then we started to lose our confidence, and he saw similar things happen against Servette a few days back. So he told the squad, listen, we play the way we want. We can only lose the ball if they press us harder, but we can't lose the ball if we don't give it away, which is pretty simple. It makes a lot of sense. Now, there were some tactical adjustments that Maresca also made to help the team. I'll discuss them in tomorrow's separate video. Obviously, we started to play around Wolves' shape, and that gave us great opportunities in the wide areas. But it was nice to hear that Maresca isn't just, verbals and assertiveness and being brutal, but he knows how to talk to the team depending on the state of mind they're in. And I think that's a positive sign to hear surrounding our manager, which is good. We move on and we discuss the serious conversation surrounding Mikel Mudryk. How did Maresca feel about his performance? Now, in the second half, the biggest surprise, or maybe unsurprisingly, Mudryk was immediately subbed off before the second half started. And Maresca was pretty honest again by saying that I wasn't happy. I was not happy. He needs to manage situations better. Yes, he worked hard off the ball, but there was no quality on the ball essentially. And we had to change things to give Neto 45 minutes in the second half, which is more than fair. And if you look at that goal that Neto created for the 6th goal, did you see the starting position of his run before he got in the end to receive that pass before playing the assist to joao Felix? That's a player that understands how to use his pace, that understands how to move and flow with the team. And he's been here like 2 weeks. I still keep stressing, I rarely even get to see Mudryk really showcase like his speeds and his explosiveness. He should be recreating moments like what we saw from Neto today. So realistically, this is Mudryk's final season in my opinion. I might be harsh, and fingers crossed, if he turns things around, I'll be the first to champion him. But at the moment, after 2 years without seeing much progress, I mean, realistically at this level, you can't carry passengers anymore. So let's see what happens, but clearly Maresca won't be playing Mr. Nice Guy with Mudryk if he ain't performing. Obviously, Maresca will talk about today's man of the match in Madueke. Now, all this social talk of what Madueke said about the whole region of Wolves, I find it pretty hilarious that he cusses out the whole region and then drops a hat-trick on their heads. That's pretty cold, I'm not gonna lie. That's a moment right there. Maresca, of course, downplayed that. He doesn't care about the socials, but he wanted to champion and praise Madueke's performance today, saying that he was fantastic in both halves. He created something every single time when he was 1v1, but he said the thing he really liked was that Noni's application and desire off the ball was also up there. That will impress the manager, and I think Noni, of course, did some amazing work with Pochettino last season that's helped him have a more well-rounded game that helps the team more, and I think that's a great positive sign to see. Maresca also said, Noni Madueke is the type of winger that I really like, and I've been saying consistently, I feel like this season Madueke could have a lot of fun because of Maresca's reliance on using 1v1 specialists out wide. I feel like they're the best match in heaven for each other, and I feel like if this is a glimpse of what to expect from Madueke this season, I'm really excited to see what Madueke does under Enzo Maresca. And finally, after a massive performance like this, which kind of took all of us happily by surprise, what are our season objectives right now? Now, I find it pretty funny that in the media right now, people that are writing us off, certain media figures, reporters, whatever, are now changing their tunes very quickly now, saying, we could do something. We might even have a title challenge. If we can sign a striker, we're complete. So it's really funny how quickly people have changed their tunes. But Maresca won't be putting any unnecessary overconfidence in the team. And I think that's the best course of action. If there was one mistake Pochettino made last season, was maybe suggesting that there was a title challenge in us at the start and we clearly weren't there. So let's move on. And Maresca essentially said that I want to continue to see us improving our game, working on things. I want us to improve our clear ideas on the ball. I want us to be more aggressive on the ball as well too. In that game, we saw some decent moments of pressing, but obviously, I feel very lucky and happy. I think the squad is very good. Many versatile players who can play in different positions, but I don't feel lucky because I have to win the Premier League or get Champions League football. Listen, we came 12th and 6th. So to win the Premier League and compete for CL Sports is not our reality right now. And he mentioned the point at the end that if you look at Arsenal and Man City, their managers have been there for consecutive years, and he's only been there for 2 months, and these are very fair comments. Now, I don't think Maresca lacks ambition, absolutely not. I just think that he is managing expectations, which is the best thing for where the squad is right now. We don't need any lack of confidence creeping in the squad, right? So I think what Maresca's saying is fair, but I'm looking at that pattern. 12th place finish, 6th place finish. Are we set to get 3rd place this season? I'll take it based on development, and let's see how the season goes. So they're the key points from Maresca's post-match interview after the game. How do you feel about things? Let us know below. And now we discuss tonight's very interesting report surrounding Jadon Sancho. Now, we first got this confirmation from Sky Sports first, and they revealed that at the moment, we are exploring a deal to sign Jadon Sancho with a proposal which could involve Chelsea players going in the opposite direction. Now, to really solidify this report, DiMarzio also came out later tonight to confirm the news that, as we know, Juventus and Jadon Sancho are still negotiating something, but equally, we have now entered the fray. And over the past week, there have been strong inclinations that we have been making some subtle efforts behind the scenes, so it does seem like things are starting to add up. But already I'm thinking to myself, do we need another attacking player? Maybe we do. Maybe Sancho is the guy that we turn towards instead of Osimhen, because I can't see Osimhen and Sancho coming in the same window. And as we're seeing more signs that maybe the game plan this season could rely upon using a false 9. I'm really starting to see these signs in the past 2 games. Could Maresca feel like, listen, I don't actually need an out-and-out striker, but give me more wingers that can combine with assists and goals alongside what I have, and I feel that we have enough in this team to get the goals we need. That could be pretty interesting. Let's see if that's the case. But on the other hand, we need to get rid of players like Sterling, Chilwell, and a few of the high-earning players in the team, and realistically, the markets for these players aren't that big. You're looking at maybe a Villa, you're looking at a Manchester United, clubs that have the capacity to offer competitive wages that could entice players that we don't need anymore. Let's see how that plays out. Could Ben or Jalaba or Sterling or players of this nature be used as counter offers so Sancho can come the other way? Because it seems like Sancho isn't necessarily needed at United. And a part of me is thinking, if you did like a swap involving Sterling and him, I think that Sterling would make more sense at United because they prefer to have more direct, pacey, out-and-out wingers down the flanks, right? You're seeing that in Sancho, you're seeing that in Garnacho. You're seeing all the wide players that are performing under Ten Hag. Whereas us, on the other hand, we are looking at the type of player that has positional versatility. Maresca's been stressing that he loves players that can play in different positions, and Sancho can play on the right, on the left, and in the middle as well. And with our positional style play, that could maybe accommodate his lack of explosiveness, because that isn't really his game. And you think to yourself, if Maresca might start to feel like maybe Mudryk isn't giving him the performances that he can rely upon. You take out Mudryk, then we have Madueke, we have, who else? Joao, Felix, Neto. We don't have as many wide players as it starts to look like, right? So That's how I'm hypothesizing things. It could be the interesting play. I have to think this way because otherwise, why are we making efforts with Jadon Sancho? It can't be for nothing, right? There must be a reasoning and a common sense behind this. So let's see what happens. Do I think Sancho turns us down? Absolutely not, because he is a Chelsea fan. We all know this for a while, from back in the days when we all had visions of Hudson-Odoi on the left and Jadon Sancho on the right-hand side. That used to be where we were. And it's funny how quickly things change in the future and as time goes on. Completely mad that we could even get Sancho for a pretty decent fee now. But after seeing how he performed in the Champions League for Borussia Dortmund, big performances, he still has the skill, the imagination. Maybe he needs a better environment to get the best out of what he needs. And maybe we stick with Nkunku, NICO as our strikers, with Guy there as well. And then we have your Sanchos, Felixes, Palmers, Maduekes and Netos to support the team. So that's the Sancho news out the way. How do you guys feel about this, man? Let me know below. And now we end things with the final few stories. Today, Nicolas Jackson speaks out. He does not hold back. And to be honest, was this a surprise? Because it seems like Nico today has finally had enough of being a punching bag to a certain former football player. Now we know that Uncle Mikel, he's been quite vocal with his criticisms at times of Nicolas Jackson. In the game against Man City, he was suggesting that is he the type of striker he can build and grow from when he's taking on 3 players, then he can't take the shot off. Fair enough, he has high expectations. Of course, he won a lot of things here with us. The standards are different, a bit old school. I get that, I accept it. But as we also know, Mikel has been a strong advocate for us to sign Victor Osimhen, mentioning that where's our ambitions at if we're not targeting a player like this? And you'd imagine if you're Nicolas Jackson hearing this over the course of a year, as well as all the criticisms from your own fan base at times, from the media most times, you're going to be a bit sick of things because end of the day, you still keep getting selected. You keep performing and all your teammates rate you. So today, he said on social media, at Mikel John, straight directs, no flapping around. Shut your mouth. Don't talk shit, we are killing ourselves for Africa. After that, he also liked another post from a user with the caption saying, at Mikel, have you got something to say? Promote a young brother. We need to be stronger all together. Show respect, fist emoji. And listen, Nicolas Jackson or any player can talk their shit, yeah? I'm not really about players being robots. I don't really care about that stuff. I'm past it right now. I like a bit of personality. I'm not going to lie to you. Nico is quite outspoken when he has to be. And I feel like when you're a player for us, when you're going to be under scrutiny like that, this is a good sign of confidence in yourself that you're not going to tolerate anything. You know what you're about. You know what you need. And I'm fully here for that. I don't think Mikel's a villain. I don't think Jackson's a villain. I think this is life. And this is how men deal with things. So I'm sure Mikel is not going to be crying about this. I'm sure he's going to be maybe a bit chuffed by the reaction from Nico. But it's good that Nico has that confidence, of course, to back himself, as he should, because you need a certain type of arrogance, in my opinion, if you want to make it at clubs like this. As I keep saying again, we're seeing stronger evidence that maybe false 9 is something we may be turning to this season. It could be exciting, and that would really complement Nico Jackson's overall technical game. Does that mean Osimhen is still needed then for the wages and money? Time will tell. Big things will happen over the course of this week. I'm sure we'll be surprised by eventually who comes in and who goes, so let's see what happens. But anyway, that's what Nicolas Jackson had to say towards John Obi Mikel. Another funny one, but Noni Madueke, of course, was questioned on his comments he made on his burner account about Wolves. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this last night, I thought it was pretty hilarious, to be honest. And I thought his response afterwards too was funny. And obviously today he had to media up, be Mr. Responsible and kind of downplay it and apologize and do the things he has to do, right? But come on, this is what football is about. I'm sure no proper football fan is crying about Madueke talking shit on the area. It is what it is. And to be honest, he did talk the talk, but did this guy not back it and not walk the walk in front of all those fans in the Molineux this afternoon? So, Noni Madueke, I'm here for this type of energy I'm seeing from you. Let's see more of that. And to end things with the final thing, Joao Felix gave his first words post-match after the game. Obviously, he discussed how he enjoyed the pass that came from Neto, who made it easy for him to score from the spot based on the quality of the pass right. He said the game was open, there was more space in the last quarters of the fields, we connected very well as a team, And that's where my goal basically came from. He said it was amazing to hear the fans that sang for him. It gave him goosebumps on the field, and he said it was very easy to come back to the squad and assimilate again because he already knows a lot of these guys. They're all around the same age, they're all very young, they all have many things in common as well too. And right now, him and the team are getting ready for the second leg game against Servette. So I'm very happy that Felix got a debut goal today. I think that I kind of had a feeling he might have done that. I'm sure a lot of us were hoping he would do the same thing too. And it was nice to get a little early taster or an idea of how MARESCA is thinking to use someone like Joao Felix. I'd love to see more of that combination between him and Neto down the left-hand side. That could be quite interesting. And now that Caicedo is probably injured for a little bit right now, is there an opportunity against Servette to use another full attack offensive lineup and just completely trounce them and get the goals we need? So my friends, that is everything news and post-match talk for today. I hope you guys enjoy. Hit that like button. And if you haven't seen the review already, what are you guys waiting for? Make sure you guys catch the review before you catch your sleep tonight. But before I end things, for the viewers that like to watch me right to the very end, this week I do want to work with another YouTuber. I do want to collab. So give me your suggestions on the type of YouTubers you would like to see me collab with for next week. Let me know in the comment section. Then I also know if you guys are watching to the end too. So my friends, on that note, I'm NICO FC, this is BlueLionsTV. I will see you all tomorrow. Cool.